Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here. Back to watch J.K. Rowling and Lauren Bukes make Adam West and Burt Ward look like an old greasy driveway stain in XCOM, War of the Chosen. Wait, you know what? That's sort of an unflattering comparison. Not for Adam West and Burt Ward. Comparing those two to a greasy driveway stain is actually an insult to oily smears on pavement. No, it's unflattering to Rowling and Bukes here, because their teamwork last episode, it was unparalleled genius. Their timing and performance was so perfectly synchronized, made Laurel and Hardy look like Marlon and Sean Wayans. Their bond was so deep and so strong, they made Calvin and Hobbes look like John Lennon and McCartney. They just want to stab each other because of Yoko Ono. Their killing, I don't know what to say. It was so expertly done, they made Bonnie and Clyde look like Lyle and Eric Menendez, just two sweater-wearing hacks who figured, hey, we own shotguns, why not? They were perfectly synchronized, perfectly orchestrated instruments of death last episode, and together, they wove an utterly haunting symphony of destruction, and I gotta admit, I feel pretty good about being the conductor of that particular symphony. I'm feeling like a little bit of John Williams of XCOM right now. Which, considering we have to go raid an alien facility, means I'm probably about to be haunted by having one of the greatest things I have ever done, immediately followed by one of the shittiest things I've ever done, and like Duel of the Fates winds up being played behind a pod racing scene. I'm gonna get Phantom Menace. I just know it. I just know it. But still, the facility exists. It needs to be raided because the, Doom counter is counting. So we don't have any choice. We gotta go hit this facility. Operation Righteous Grave. Ominous. Bradford, you couldn't have picked something a little more cheerful, like maybe Operation Righteous Party? And be like, dude, Righteous Party! We get all Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in it, and the Wild Stallions premiere and come and play their first #1 jam. No? No love for Bill and Ted? Okay, no love for Bill and Ted. I guess we'll just go bury somebody. Important thing to note here, an extremely powerful and dangerous alien is guarding this location. So we're about to have our first encounter with an alien ruler. My guess is we're probably looking at the Viper King. We're looking at Mr. Leatherpants himself. I am the Viper King. Let's go kill John Morrison. I actually have a plan for taking out John Morrison here, and surprisingly, my plan involves what I feel is a relatively unconventional team, in that specifically it's going to include Cormac McCarthy. Pete, why the hell are you taking Cormac McCarthy to fight an alien ruler? What does Cormac McCarthy bring to the table? Well, Operation Righteous Grave should maybe be retitled to Operation Sacrifice Cormac McCarthy, because that's probably what's going to wind up happening, but if that is the way the cards fall on table, you know what? I'm okay with it. One, because he deserves it, and two, it's the only way I think we've got a chance of taking out one of these alien rulers. They are, as I understand it, even in War of the Chosen, they were annoying in Vanilla Deuce, don't get me wrong, but as I understand it, in War of the Chosen, they're actually even more annoying. So, Pete, you've got a very particular team here. Yes, I've actually been thinking about this assault quite a bit, and I have a plan, I have a stratagem that I think is going to work really, really well against the Viper King. It may even allow us to get him one and done. Like, if it works the way I think it's going to work, we might be able to get this guy in one fell swoop. One swift blow, we might be able to take him out. So let's get our loadouts done here. First off, Lauren Bukes, I would like for you to wield your own gun once again. Let's get you that back. What else do you need, Lauren Bukes? Sure, Skulljack is useful. It's one-hit kills on Advent, and I think we're definitely going to want to go with that old med kit, because the med kit we're probably going to need at some point. So that's got Lauren Bukes sorted. J.K. Rowling, the mother of Muggles, the wielder of the Sword of Godric Gryffindor. Let's get you a decent shotgun. You can't have Charlie Houston's shotgun, but, we'll give you, like, the backup, almost as good shotgun. A plasma grenade is fine for you. What do we want to have you backed it up with? You know what? Like, some blue screen rounds wouldn't be terrible. Let's have you rock those. Blue screens are okay. Chuck Wendig's got our other blue screen rounds on a frost bomb. That's exactly what we want the Chuckster to have. Charlie Houston, what do you need? Well, first off, not a weapon upgrade. Just give Charlie his actual weapon. The mystic art of erasing all signs of death belongs to Chuck the Mystic Houston. The mystic art of creating many, many, many signs of death also belongs to Charlie Houston. He can create a crime scene and he can clean one up as soon as he's done, too. Alright, Captain Cormac McCarthy, since you're probably the most useless member of the team, you're not going to need that. Let's just give you a Mimic Beacon. If I have to waste somebody's action chucking a Mimic Beacon, honestly, you're my pick. Blackbird, you're already sorted. Tabitha King, I feel like you also are already sorted. Although there is something, I have a backup plan for if things go just horrifically wrong for Tabitha King here. And that plan involves a weapon upgrade. We're going to get rid of Tabitha's hair trigger. Let's just put, okay, well, we can take some. That's, wait a minute. I need a repeater. Who's got one? Chuck Wendig, I think you have our repeater, right? Yes, okay, we need that. What do you get instead? Sure, just take like a stock. That's fine. You already have a hair trigger and an advanced expanded magazine. Guaranteed damage on shots is not terrible. That lets Chuck. He can shred something and also still potentially get some damage for us, so it's all right. And I have a backup plan in case this is not my A plan, because it's very, very low percentage and probably isn't going to work. And if we get down to it, we're going to be desperate as shit. But I like to have a backup plan, even if that backup plan is a total fucking desperation plan. And that backup plan is we can always have Tabitha King use Banish in that repeater and just hope for an insta-gib if shit goes completely pear-shaped. Anybody else need a weapon upgrade, or do we have any other weapon upgrades that we should equip? Charlie, we had something that was superior. I don't remember what it was. We have a superior hair trigger. Okay, somebody should definitely be using that. And Chuck Wendig, I'm looking in your direction. Superior hair trigger seems like it's very useful for you, especially since you already are using a hair trigger. Yeah. We're fighting an alien king. I know we're taking a little bit longer than normal for setup, but I want to make sure everything is hunky-dory, peachy keen. And somebody's like, Pete, you just took Tabitha King on a mission there without Joe Hill. And you're right, I did. The dynamic duo is not flying on this one. Also, you may notice Chuck Blackbird Wendig is flying without his girl, Terry Priest. But this is the team I need to make the plan I have work. It's got to be these guys. There's no other option. This is the team. But if we come across old Jimmy Morrison there, Mr. Snake Pants himself, if we find the man in the leather trousers, we're going to bring him down. I think this plan is going to work. I think it's going to work. Most of it hinges on the fact that, you know, we've got Cormac McCarthy in the party. And somebody, right, I know you guys are being like, how could Cormac McCarthy be intrinsic to any potential plan? He's garbage water, Pete. Just wait. I think you may be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, put the X4 charges in position. Hey, Bradford, any mention, by the way, of the alien king there? The fact that one of the alien rulers is in here? Not a fan of the Doors, huh? Okay, I'll allow it, I guess. I'm also not much of a fan of the Doors. I think their music was thoroughly mediocre. Oh, but Jim Morrison died young, tragically. Yeah, but, you know, if he hadn't died young so tragically, I kind of think, like, the Doors would have gone the way of Flock of Seagulls. Be like, oh, yeah, right. Those guys. Uh-huh. They had an album once that had, like, one good song on it. That's, I feel like that's what would have happened to the Doors. Think about this. If Flock of Seagulls had one of its key members tragically die, or, like, right after Iran came out, it would have been 80s darlings. People would have been like, oh, man, Flock of Seagulls would have been so good if only that guy with the hair hadn't have died. So Tabitha King is going to go out early. She's our scout, out and scout. That's the Tabitha King way.
The target is marked.
Target is marked. What do we got? An Andromedon and what appears to be a couple sectoids? Well, that's a pretty tough pod, actually. Okay, I mean, it's a fairly tough pod, but it's not an insurmountable pod because we got planning on our side. Planning and teamwork. That's our goal. And also the fact that we can maybe just vaporize those guys without ever even getting spotted. Potentially.
Yes, Commander.
A lot of it's going to depend on whether or not they're patrolling. But assuming they are not, we might be able to just straight up grease them without any potential danger to ourselves. Like, we might be able to kill them at literally no risk. It's another reason why Reapers are so good. All right, Monster, right here. Charlie Houston. Come up here and, like, mystically vanish behind this rock.
Will do.
Will do. Oh shit, you have a negative trait. Please don't be anything terrible. No, I want to see what Chuck's negative trait is, because I think we have a person who's afraid of alien kings. These guys.
You will never hide from me.
That is not the Viper.
Must surely be the modified subject Dr. Valen had been experimenting on.
She didn't have to upgrade their equipment in the process.
That is not the Viper.
Escaped from the lab.
Can we remote start these guys? Oh, okay. So Tabitha King can maybe kill these guys by herself? Also, that is not the Viper! So, like, if we throw out Claymore and chuck it, we're one tile short of where it needs to be. Alright, well, we can't actually throw the Claymore. And also, we definitely cannot engage this pod while that alien king is around. That shit just ain't gonna fly. So Tabitha King, you come over here. Everybody else has to fall back.
Heading there now.
I want to either eliminate the pod or engage the alien ruler. There is no way I can afford to do both at the same time. So, J.K. Rowling, let's get you up here with the Sword of God or Gryffindor.
Position confirmed.
Also next to your main squeeze, Lauren Dukes. It's not a judgment, just an observation, by the way.
I will go.
Cormac McCarthy, we're going to go take cover. Blackbird, I need you in an area where potentially you could do something, but also not spawn the Viper King, because that would be very bad. But I also need you in, you know what, we're not going to attack this turn anyway. Let's put you on the roof where you get a little better chance to hit. I am not fighting an alien ruler and an Andromedon and two sectoids at the same time. That is not going to happen. So let's bring you back around here. Put you on Overwatch. I don't care what kind of cover you're in. I just really need you to be in some form of cover. These guys are going to move before we can detonate. Just Overwatch, Tabitha King. I want those guys to be within range of a remote start, but also within range of a shrapnel grenade.
You can never escape my sight.
They're definitely wandering away from it. Son of a bitch. Everybody's in cover vis-a-vis those guys. Yes. How big is the remote start? It would have been perfect. If we could have thrown that grenade one more tile, we could have killed that Andromedon in one fucking swing. Just like one fell swoop and he would have been dead. And instead, what are we going to do? We're going to have to sit here and bide our time for a little while.
I will not waver on Overwatch.
We could chain shot him as well. They'll come back. I'm confident. They walked all the way over there. They're going to walk back. I can feel it. They're going to come back. You know what they say. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it was yours. If it doesn't, it was never meant to be. See, I told you they'd come back. I knew they'd come back. You can't stay away from the Perfidious people. Nobody can say no to the people. I knew they'd come back. Come on back by and stand next to this exploding truck for me. Stop right about there would be exactly perfect. Thank you for being parties to your own destruction. I appreciate it. So what are we gonna do? Well, no, don't start there. We gotta start with the Claymore. Throw the Claymore down.
I'll leave this here.
Yep, you just go ahead and I'm just gonna leave that right there. Perfect. And then why don't you go ahead and remote start that. This should kill all of them.
So easily set aflame.
So we vaporized everything, although we did not kill that Andromeda. Tabitha King is still concealed, by the way. She's just not in cover anymore. J.K. Rowling has a flank shot that we definitely don't want to take. Chuck Blackbird Winded can't even see the target anymore. Perfect. Can you get a shot, Chuck? Can you see him from here? You do. It's just going to be a relatively poor shot. Well, a poor shot is better than no shot. What do you got? Poor shot is arguably not that much better than no shot here. Well, this just got complicated. We can't grapple that thing to pull it back. We can't give Chuck Wendig an extra action. We could double move with Lauren Bukes and give her some Guardian Overwatch, a plan which I don't hate. Also, you're concealed? Everybody's concealed. Oh, we don't have to do shit. Never mind. We can do whatever we want. Our whole team is still concealed here.
I'm on it.
We could just wait for this guy to wander around and wait for him to... Chuck Blackbird Wendig, why don't you just move then?
Heading there now.
Let's see where this guy goes.
Covered now.
We're going to play a deadly game of cat and mouse and mostly let this guy wander around. Okay, well, we know where the other pod is. It's going to be over there. What are the odds Tabitha King can get us a twofer here? Like, there's no way the game is going to let us pull that off, right? I mean, we have to try, though. We just need to stay close enough to this guy to keep an eye on him. Also, we should probably
Give
reload.
me time to reload.
Because this guy is definitely going to be running towards another pod. I want to stay... The rest of the team is staying right where they're at, by the way.
Stand ready. Affirmative. Covering now.
Nobody else is going anywhere. I want to see what this guy does. So he's definitely running for backup. So there's probably another pod. Yeah, there's definitely another pod right over in here because he's running circles around. So what if we just send Tabitha King over there? We use this guy as our cat's paw, send him out, have him do our scouting for us, and then Tabitha King just takes down another entire pod with the shrapnel mine. You gotta have buddies over here, though, right? You have friends. I don't trust this. You know what? Just keep an eye on him, Tabitha.
Reapers are always vigilant.
Got it covered.
Everybody else just stay on Overwatch, please.
I'm on it.
Moving to Overwatch.
Alternatively, this man may come and step on you, Tabitha King, which would be bad. Somebody is going to have to reveal themselves. Chuck Wendig. We need somebody who can do 5 damage to this guy. Alright. He's already active, so he won't get a reaction move. I want to be in a position where I have a flank shot on him. Okay, Lauren Bukes, I feel like this is going to have to be you. I know your cover's blown. You also just revealed everybody else on the team. A long thing. It's probably worth it in a long run. We take this shot, kill the Andromedon, and then Chuck Blackbird.
Miss the target.
The goal was for Chuck Wendig to finish it off with a chain shot. That was the overall stated goal. Can you whiplash him dead? 68% is not great, but this is a free action. It's not like we're on the clock here. Should have just started with that. So there's our Andromedon down. That action cost us nothing, and then I think old Blackbird here gives this guy a very, very high damage chain shot. Get the job done, Chuck. Okay, excellent start. 12 damage to the robot, and robot is diggity done.
You want some more?
That was really good, Chuck. Did a fantastic job, and now Tabitha King is going to come over here and snatch this loot.
I am trusting you.
What do we got? An Illyrium Core, a superior autoloader. That's a keeper. Also, you can see an enemy. Okay, so the Archon King is over there. How do we want to begin our engagement with this guy? I feel like a shrapnel mine would be an excellent beginning to that because it would get rid of a good chunk of his armor. Also, Tabitha King could do that and still remain concealed. Man, I really wish we had brought Joe Hill on this mission because we could potentially be sniping him. Like right now. And Cormac McCarthy is no longer concealed, which is very unfortunate. Cormac McCarthy also can't get very close to the ruler without spawning. Well, okay, we're gonna have to be very careful about this engagement. Like, the way that we kick this off, we're gonna have to be super, super cautious. So let's bring Tabitha King over here, because I want to make sure we have eyes on the alien ruler. I don't want anybody accidentally setting him off. So we take Charlie Houston, we run him up here. J.K. Rowling is also going to come up here and hide behind this rock, because we want these guys close. Again, remember, Perfidious Pete has a plan here. I have a plan. Is the plan a good plan? I don't necessarily know. Will the plan actually work? Again, I don't necessarily know, but I do have a plan. Yeah, we can't go there because we spawn. Okay, all of that is popping pods. In fact, Cormac McCarthy really can't get much closer than he is right now, so we'll just drop him into Overwatch. Is that alien ruler moving? He does not appear to be moving at all. So we want the rest of our team on Overwatch. Wait, make sure we can still see the alien ruler. Okay, he has not moved. We want the rest of our team on Overwatch. Cormac McCarthy, we can move you to there without setting anything off. We can, but honestly, you're probably where you need to be. Chuck, you are the person I would like up here.
Got it. Moving.
Also, I would very much like for you to reload before we spring this trap. Lauren Bukes, I would really like to have you on Overwatch as well. Can you get over here without spopping? I mean, the game says yes. I just don't trust it. I really don't trust it.
Tired of waiting around.
I'm sorry, the game, but you've burned me one too many times. You cannot be trusted. So you're gonna reload. Tap the king, you're gonna do nothing. Overwatch, Overwatch. Cormac McCarthy, Overwatch. Nothing's gonna change at all here. Okay. Tabitha King. Get rid of some of this chunk. Get rid of this chunkhead's armor. And also get rid of his cover if you can. So I want this shrapnel mine and his tile. I can't really see that we're targeting this effectively. There we go. Nope. Right here, yes, in his tile.
Placing explosive.
So there's the old shrapnel mine. Tabitha King, then I think we'll just go ahead and... Do we want to have you shoot it? You know what? He's not going anywhere. Let's wait a turn. Why not take advantage? The guy's not going anywhere. He's just going to stand there and be like, hey, what's this? He looks down at his feet. Bam! Shrapnel mine. So then, Tabitha King, go ahead and set that off. I should have shredded some of his armor. 4 damage, shredded 3 of his armor. Okay, so far so good. Strong start.
Let's make sure to take it out this time.
All right. Cormac McCarthy, this is the most important move you will ever make. I need you to wrath yourself next to this guy.
The elders cannot save a new approach.
Here's the plan. It worked! It worked! Cormac McCarthy has stunned him. Twice! So this guy, we got 4 turns to do whatever the shit we want to this piece of garbage. And what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have Charlie Houston run right up next to him and hit him with a rupture. So he's now stunned 3. Then, get ruptured. Oh, a critical rupture, 12 damage, and this guy is now taking catastrophic damage. And he's gonna get the shit blade stormed out of him every time he tries to move, and we can just, like, stack stuns on him all day. This was the entirety of the plan. This was the whole plan right here. Exactly what we're doing right here, this was the plan. So now we're gonna run up and slash him for 9 to 11. And we have 3 people. Great shot, Sword of Godric Gryffindor. So there's 10 from a Blade Storm. Every time this guy tries to do something, we can Blade Storm the shit out of him. Cormac McCarthy, really what I want you to do is just hit this man with a Ripjack again. Chuck Blackberg Wendig is on cooldown. Chuck, I don't suppose there's any chance you could lob a Frost Bomb. No. You know what? We'll save that Frost Bomb. We might. In fact, I'd rather save your action. Oh, we can dual strike here, right? Yeah, we're absolutely going to do the dual strike. Why? Because we got somebody right next to him with a shotgun. That's why. Well, you missed.
Target still up.
Oh, if you miss, the other shot never happens? No, here's dual strike. Look at the criticals, 12 damage. This guy's getting ruined. What are you trying to do? He's already summoning his portal? He's already summoning the portal. What a chicken shit bastard. Oh, I can begin to fathom why he's running, because he knows he's screwed. He's surrounded by 3 people who are going to tear his fucking face off. I really wish Cormac McCarthy could maybe just hit him with a ripjack. If we could stun this guy again... What's your hit percent like? Absolutely terrible. If we could hit this guy again, I would love to be able to use the ripjack as a melee weapon. If we could hit him again and stun him, I honestly think we would have a better than average chance of killing him. You know what? Just point blank shot him, Cormac. How are you guys missing these high percentage shots at this range, by the way? He should have gotten the shit blade stormed out of him when he ran. Alright. I'm a little salty, but also planned sacrifice Cormac McCarthy didn't even involve the sacrifice of Cormac McCarthy. The man is still on his feet. Chuck Wendig reload. That honestly could not have gone better. We just surrounded and ravaged him. It's like every one of my dream fantasies where I go to my high school prom. Back in, I go back in time and go to my prom, and this time I'm just surrounded and ravaged. In a good way. In a good way. All right, excellent work, by the way, team. I'm super proud of everything that all of you have done. Cormac McCarthy, you know what? Especially you with your stackable stunning retributions that basically let us keep that guy on lockdown the entire mission. And honestly, I'm feeling like bringing our boy Chuck Blackberg Wendig along there may not have been entirely necessary.
Loading fresh ammo.
We're doing so well. I'm also feeling like maybe that went so well, maybe we should just wrap this mission up and finish it. Because, I mean, oh, yeah, nice work, Chuck. Just stand out in the open. I suppose you have free reloads, so I guess wasted action is just a wasted action. Be on Overwatch. I think we will wrap this one up and finish it next time. Because, I'm stoked about the way things went down with that ruler. And by the way, I'd like to point out, if that had been the Viper King, that guy is dead. The Viper King is dead right now. If Jim Morrison had taken a stage there, we've taken him out of his leather pants and left him bare-assed on the stage, bare-assed and exposed in his shame. That's what we have done. He would be bare-assed right now. But blowing up the rest of this facility should be sort of a non-issue. I feel like we're going to have no difficulty taking care of that, but that'll happen next time. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Support really does mean a lot. I'm really proud. That's two missions in a row where I'm starting to feel like John Williams. My symphony worked here. Surrounding him with people who have weapons that are just capable of stunning. It's really good. Alien rulers are just, you can put them on lockdown. You can put them on lockdown. Anyway, if you'd like to see more of this symphony of pain for Advent, you might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. Alternatively, you could subscribe as well. New episodes of XCOM every single day right now. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go revel in my own crapulence in that I came up with a plan that actually freaking worked for once. I'm honestly probably more surprised than you are. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.